Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. The revenge that we've been waiting for after those beatings that they dished out to us has finally here. It's finally here, man. And I want Bayern Munich again. Give us them in the knockout stages. We need to get the proper revenge. The proper revenge and knock them out. But yeah, man, we're gonna recap the game and then I'm gonna give you my 5 takeaways, man. So make sure you're hitting like buttons, man. If you're a gooner, hit that like button, man, because we are top of the Champions League group stages. 5 wins out of 5. 1 goal conceded. I don't know how many goals have been scored, but all I do know is we've beaten Atletico, beaten Bayern, and we still have to play Inter Milan at the San Siro. And if we can beat Inter Milan at the San Siro, whew, I don't know, man. Can it be our year? Can Arteta and Arsenal do the unthinkable? Because it would be. It would truly be unthinkable for Arsenal to not just potentially win the Premier League. Whew. Can they do the Prem and Champs double? Who knows? Still early days. But let's break down this game, man. Let's take a deeper delve into it. So, started the game, and to be fair, Bayern Munich, they were the team in the ascendancy. They had all the possession, but Arsenal were keeping their shape, and you're just thinking, okay, they're the team that look more in control of the game. Although we know Arsenal, defensively, they're very, very good, but you're just watching it, you're watching how it plays out. You're just thinking, okay, they're doing 1-2 things, Bayern moving the ball from side to side, trying to interchange positions. But that lasted for about 15 minutes. Then Arsenal started to grow into the game, get a touch of the ball. And then, I don't know if it was the first corner. I'm not too sure if it was the first corner, but Bukayo Saka, the delivery was sensational. Yuri and Timber, we done our movement, all start at the back post, run across the goalkeeper, gave a little nudge to the goalkeeper, and ran to the near post, flicked it in, 1-0 to Arsenal. We should have made it 2. I believe it was Eze, beautiful control from the sky. He was just oozing in class in this game. Played it through Upamecano's legs. 1-2 with Merino. And I don't know if he tried to pass it to Saka, but yeah, whatever happened, it was poor. He should have done better. Shortly after that, Bayern Munich, boom, boom, boom. 1 ball over the top by Joshua Kimmich. Miles Lewis-Skelly's asleep. Who is it? Elise? No, was it Elise? I think it was Gnabry. Yeah, Gnabry. First time ball across the box. That young Leonard Carl makes it 1-1. Now, the game was kind of in the balance from that moment onwards. Arsenal looked dangerous from set pieces, but 1-1, you're like, okay, Arsenal could have maybe been in the lead, but Bayern could have been in the lead because there was counter-attacks. Miles Lewis-Skelly was under siege over that side of the pitch. Half-time comes. You're thinking, okay, what's Arteta going to do? What's he going to say to motivate these players? Is he going to get them to the next level? Because defensively, I'd say from a whole, we were quite good in that first half. It was just in the attacking third where it was like, oh, can we just put that little 10% more? Saka couldn't really get past these man, couldn't really do nothing. And then the second half comes straight away. I think the first chance, Bukayo Saka on his right foot, boom, forces Manuel Neuer into a save. hits it with his right foot, tips it over the bar. Then the corners, free kicks, everything is going into the box. Deliveries. Arsenal are piling on the pressure. You're thinking it's only a matter of time before that goal comes in. But we get to like 60 minutes, it still hasn't arrived. The goal's still not here. But this is where you got to give credit to the manager, Mikel Arteta. He's made a sub. Obviously, Noni Madueke had to come on for Trossard. I think that was in the first half, around 30 minutes in. He was playing on the left-hand side. Then, Arteta brings on Martinelli for Saka, puts Madueke on the right, Martinelli on the left, and he made one more change. It was Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'll get onto him in the 5 takeaways. So Calafiori comes on. And literally about 1 minute later, a ball into the midfield. Declan Rice breaks it up. Who was it go to? I think it went to Calafiori to Eze to Calafiori puts it in, back post, Madueke, 2-1. Yes, celebrations. 007 no more. 007 no more. He's bust case. Yeah, he's bust the case. So, Arsenal still in the ascendancy. You're thinking, oh, Bayern gonna make a response. No. Arsenal hit them again on the counter-attack. Eze, nice ball over the top. Martinelli in a foot race with, I don't know who it was. Maybe it's King Min Jae. Neuer's coming out. Martinelli gets there first. 3-1. Game done. Arsenal beat Bayern Munich in the battle of the top 2 in the Champions League. Great performance from Arsenal. So, that is the game for you people. Now, I want to go into our 5 takeaways. And how I'm going to do it, we'll start with the bad and work our way to the very, very good. So, I believe last season, Miles Lewis-Skelly's mother, she said she can't tell the difference between Timber and Miles Lewis-Skelly. But let me tell you something for free. We could all tell the difference between the 2 defenders. Timber got a goal. Hardly anything went down his side of the pitch. Of course, Luis Diaz weren't there, so that's a different discussion. It was Gnabry, but there was just a lot of interchanging. They were very, very playing on that right-hand side. On their right, on our left. They were attacking Miles Lewis-Skelly. They identified the weakness. That's where the goal came from. That's where they got a lot of success from. They kept attacking Miles Lewis-Skelly. And I said, this looks more like Zinchenko. It looks like Zinchenko. That was what Miles Lewis-Skelly reminded me of today. Because I don't know if it's because he's not getting the game time. But it just looked like he was out of place in that whole defense. And you had that young 17-year-old. Even he had a go at Miles Lewis-Skelly. Just easily beat him. Boom! Got into the area. Poor finish. Elise had him on toast. It was nasty. And maybe Arteta could have took him off sooner. But I feel like he just wanted him to try and build into the game. Because if Calafiori gets injured, he's going to have more of a role to play. So, obviously, it weren't the best night for Miles Lewis-Skelly. But I just hope that doesn't dent his confidence too much. And I hope he can pick himself back up and return to the Miles Lewis-Skelly from last season. Or even at some stages we've seen in this season. But yeah, defensively he needs to not switch off as much. He usually has that tendency to switch off. Players can get behind him. It's like he's not checking his shoulder. It's like a midfielder playing in defence, and he is a midfielder. Maybe we might just have to push him further up the pitch. Just maybe bring him on in the midfield. When Rice gets tired, just put him there. Maybe that is where he'll have to play. Because you got Calafiori, you got Hincapié, that is more than the able deputy. And that might just be it. Because it's fine margins. It might be fine margins. We don't know this season. And Zinchenko, he definitely cost us. In that season, we lost by 2 points. I remember it was the Anfield game. Trent nutmegged him, boom, 2-2. And then also in that Villa game, yeah, I'm sure it was at fault too. At the back post, same thing. We can't cost ourselves a title. It's there for us to be won. So yeah, that's sort of the bad. I don't really want to go too much because it's one of these nights. It's a great night, man. It's a great night. Next one, it's a little bit of bad. So we got Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, he just doesn't look himself. There's something about Bukayo that just, I don't know. Of course, he's coming back from injury, so I'll never really criticize too much. But there's just certain things that he could do better. And I'm happy that he got taken off after about 60 minutes so he can get some rest. He shouldn't be playing as much minutes. He should have been playing like 60s and 70s. Just get him up to speed. Don't wear him out too soon. And it was very good for Arteta. And I'm guessing maybe it's because Madueke got injured. So maybe he just thought, yeah, Saka on that right is more of a threat. But now you got Madueke, who, yeah, we'll get onto as well. But obviously, great delivery for the goal. First half weren't the best. Second half, kind of, with the team, they kind of upped things a little. And even towards the end of the first half as well. But all in all, I'd probably give Bukayo Saka like a 6 out of 10 for this game. And in a lot of games this season, he's not looked like himself. And I just hope that it's not psychological. And I hope it's more physical. And he can build up that fitness. Because we're going to need him. Especially against Chelsea that weekend. Between him and Madueke, we need to have Cucurella on toast. That's what we need to do. We need our wingers to perform. So yeah, that's sort of the bad. Let's get that out of the way. That's the second takeaway. Now, we'll go to the third one. I'll go with Madueke and Martinelli. So, those two boys, they started off on our bench today. Madueke came on a bit earlier. Martinelli came on after about 66 minutes or something like that. And these are players that I've been very critical of at the start of the season. But one thing I love is when players seem to prove me wrong. First of all, we've got Gabriel Martinelli. 4 goals in 4 Champions League games. Or is it 5 and 5? I feel like it might even be 5 and 5, you know. I feel like he's literally scored every single game. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, he scored against Athletic Bilbao. He scored against... Did he score against Slavia Prague? I don't know. I don't really remember. He might have, he might not have. That might have been the only game that he didn't score. But apart from that, you're just there thinking, this is what we want to see from Martinelli. Impact from the bench. Leandro Trossard was the impact from the bench in many seasons. And we know he still has the ability to have the impact from the bench. But now, Martinelli being an impact from the bench, this is adding more devastation for the opponents, because you have to deal with the trickery from Leandro Trossard. He's a very intelligent player. And then, that's after 60 minutes. Now, last 20, you're thinking, let me get a breather, Martinelli. You know, he's just going to give you something totally different. Runs in behind, just crazy. You don't know what he's going to do. I don't even know if sometimes he knows what he's going to do. I don't even know if he meant to take that touch for the goal. I don't know. I don't know if Martinelli meant to take that touch. Did he? I don't know. It looked like a poor touch to me, but it ended up in the goal. It ended up in the back of the net. And that is what I'm loving this season for Martinelli. The unpredictability. He's the one player. He just runs in behind and you don't think, just, can I score? That's it. And that's sometimes what you need. Just someone unpredictable. He done it. Man City. Eze to Martinelli. That combination seems to be one to keep your eyes out for. Eze seems to always find him. Nice weight of pass. Straight there. It was literally similar to the Manchester City game. Nice way to pass. Martinelli gets there first. Goalkeeper comes. Ball in the back of the net. So, Martinelli, well done. I was very critical of you start of the season. Wanted you gone. But you've played a massive, massive role in this Arsenal team this season. Well done to you. And then we've got Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke, we all was against this signing. It was like, why is he signing for Arsenal? I was going crazy. But we just gotta say, you know what? He's done well. That was his first goal in 8 games for Arsenal. But we just gotta be honest. He's not played too badly. The Nottingham Forest game, outstanding. Today he got his goal. And he was a nuisance as well. He could have got Upamecano, Upamecano sent off. So, yeah, we're liking what we're seeing from Noni Madueke. And hopefully he can stay fit and fully prove us wrong. Because I'm happy he got the goal. But now I want to see some more. That's what I want to see from him. So, keep it up. And I'm sure many of us will say, you know what, we hold up our hands and say sorry. Well done, Noni. Because he seems like a likeable character. And you just want the boy to do well. You want all Arsenal players to do well, to be honest. Any Arsenal fan would. You always should want to be proven wrong by your players. No agendas. Now, we get into our 4th takeaway. This is where we're getting into the serious, the meats and the bones, or whatever they say. Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi. I have to put them together because I was not arguing with Prez, but I was basically saying, yeah, we can't. This Zubimendi, yeah, he's not upgrade on party. Yeah, I refuse to believe it. But now we're looking at this guy. The partnership he has with Declan Rice. Together, the two of them. This looks dangerous. He looks like he's even taken Declan Rice to another level. Another level. I'm loving. He's tenacious. He gets stuck in. He looks so tiny. I think he's like 5'10". The guy's out jumping Dan Burn. I'm like, yo, what's this about? This Zubimendi guy. He just keeps the ball ticking. First thought, how do we get the ball forward? And like I said, he gets stuck in. How do I break up the play? What a signing he's been. What a signing. He's one of the unsung heroes. He's walking so Declan Rice can run. Because Declan Rice in this game, Declan Rice is who I really want to talk about. But I had to give Zubimendi his flowers because I saw what he was doing. But Declan Rice, my oh my Declan, 10 out of 10 performance. everything he done in this game, barring score a goal. Breaking up the play, driving the ball from in his own half all the way to their box, and he almost scored. Declan Rice, can he pass the ball forward? Of course he can. What couldn't he do? Bayern Munich, they were stressed. I saw Harry Kane. Harry Kane tried to drive up the pitch. Nah, Declan Rice clamped him. And then, yeah, armband. That is what a leader looks like. Him, Gabriel, that's the leaders to me in Arsenal. They look serious leaders. Even when they have the armband, it just suits them. I'll be honest, it suits them. I feel like that is just 1 and 2. Number 1, number 2. Yeah, man. I don't know, but that's a conversation for another day. But the level of performance from Declan Rice, and didn't even mention the deliveries. Every single corner free kick was all on the money. Every single one. The first one, I think, was it Saliba? I don't know. Or was it Marino? There was one and it was maybe offside. Then there was another, Mosquera got there. There was another, Marino missed it. Another, I think Marino again. Like every single delivery was outstanding. This is David Beckham-esque. Bloody hell, Declan. What can't the man do? This is an elite level of performance. This is a midfielder that is getting better and better game by game. And a lot of people, they try to focus on maybe the aesthetics. Oh, he doesn't look technical ability and these type of things. He looks like horrible on the eye. Forget all of that. This is the type of midfielder you need. This is the type of midfielder Arsenal have been lacking since the likes of your Vieiras, your Gilberto Silvas. Now is a Declan Rice. It is Declan Rice. Yes, Thomas Partey, he had a level of performance, but this Declan Rice, forget on the ball. It's off the ball. Off the ball, it's a long day, combative. And then on the ball, it speaks for itself. So, big up to Declan Rice. Well-deserved man of the match. And lastly, we have to speak about my friend Mikel Arteta. That's the last takeaway, 5th and final. Mikel Arteta today, 10 out of 10 performance. Him and Declan Rice, the 2 man of the matches. What he done today, the halftime team talk, whatever he said, magnificent. Arteta, today you've even gone up in my estimations. I'd have thought, would he be a bit pragmatic? Even after we scored, maybe would we be pragmatic and just try to hold out? Nah. That wasn't the instructions. The boys kept the same level of intensity, and that is where I'm gonna back the manager. The fans in the stadium backing the manager and the boys. Everyone was singing from the same hymn sheet. And that is all we can ask for as Arsenal fans. Everyone sing from the same hymn sheet. 100% dedication on the pitch. The subs, wow. It was wonderful. It's like I'm lost for words. I don't know. I'm running out of superlatives to give Mikel Arteta, because what we saw today, He made the subs, took off Saka. He doesn't usually take off Saka. We're drawing at this stage. He doesn't usually take off Saka. Saka, get off. Madueke, go on that right. Show me something. Calafiori, yeah, come on. Mazduskeli's getting cooked. He's getting roasted over there. Bruv. 1 minute later, Calafiori puts the ball into Madueke. 10 minutes later, Eze puts the ball into Martinelli, who also came on for Saka. Job done. Nothing more a manager can ask for. His subs, 10 out of 10. His in-game management, 10 out of 10. And the intensity, even the intensity, we kept going till the end. We were still thinking we're going to score 4, 5. And this is Bayern Munich. Big up to Arteta, man. But people, make sure you like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. Road to 1K. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. Bless.